Hi there, I'm Jolene Brown. As I travel the tube in London or the many subways of the United States, I see these signs and I hear this audible warning, mind the gap, mind the gap. Well, what they are telling me is there is a separation or gap between where I stand right now and where I may want to go. And so I better look down, be focused and attentive. Well, I got to thinking, especially at this end of year, I bet there's some gaps that you and I need to attend to as well in our family business. And today I want to share just 3 of those with you. I see them frequently as I work with those in family business. And here's the first one. Is there a gap in the financial understanding of your business? What I have learned is we have really good bookkeepers in agriculture and they keep the books. The problem is all that financial record keeping and the analysis needs to be timely, it needs to be accurate, and it needs to be transparent. There needs to be a transfer of the information so someone can sit along your side or ask your questions or know how they're doing in their specific management area of the farm. And not only do you have to have that kind of bookkeeper, I want you to have a really good accountant to help you mind the gap. Not just one who does taxes, but one who is truly a member of your team, that understands there's our key ratios we need to know, that they understand that working capital is king, but profitability is the kingdom, and they keep their fingers on the pulse of the finances with you. You need an accountant who is truly on your team. And this accountant is going to do one more thing. I know I've got a good one when I hear that accountant says, oh, by the way, when we meet, make sure that the next generation is attending that meeting as well and joining in on the conversation. Well, let's mind the gap of our financial understanding. Here's the second gap. Are you minding the gap of managing your team? Now, for those of you who've been at my workshops, you know that I teach and I'm a huge proponent of the Managing People chart. This is a spreadsheet that has the key people on your business across the horizontal column, and down the long vertical column are the aspects, the work that you do in your business. But we don't just make the chart, we assign letters. I want to know who is responsible for something, who has the R, who's in charge of this area. And they do get the R for responsible. And then we have to have the W, who's going to do the work? Well, I bet it's you plus many others. Who do you have to consult with before you do it, and who do you have to keep informed? It's when you pay attention to this type of detail that the leaders of the business can make sure that people know their job, that they can provide them the materials and the support to do their jobs well, and that they can correct and coach them to make sure we're all staying on the same path. I think you need to be very mindful of the people of your business. And then there's that third gap. I'm wondering, is there a gap in the management of the transfer of leadership and ownership in the business, not just at the time of death, but we're allowing people to build the equity as they truly make the personal commitment and investment along the way. You know, what I hear so many times in family business is, yes, you know, you work so hard, someday we're going to make sure you can continue to farm. Well, you can't count on a conversation, folks. When you're minding this gap of transition, you must have a good advisor walking alongside. And it actually is going to be a team of an accountant and an attorney who work well together. Because you and I know that if things aren't in writing, things do not exist. So let's pay attention to the detail of these 3 gaps. Let's make sure that we're minding the gap so that we can get from where we're at to a better farm operation on the other side. Now, there's one more thing I want you to know. Yes, there are all those signs that say mind the gap, but as an individual who comes from a family of many of us 6 feet tall and over, I wish there was another sign, one that said mind the head, because we have cracked our heads so many times by not looking up. What I know is if you're minding the gap, you've got to look down, pay attention to the details, but you also have to look up. Use your mind and your vision to get from where you're at to where you want to be. So my friends, I wish you a wonderful end of year, and I want you to know I am so blessed that I have had the privilege to do these monthly blogs with you. I thank you.